Hey guys, it's Sean Vaughn and I am back for day 2 of how to develop a success mindset for the new year. Yesterday's tip was all about believing in you. And guys, I want to say thank you so much for reaching out after the video was posted yesterday. I received a lot of calls, texts, feedback about that video saying how it was so relevant and needed. So I am very appreciative of all of your feedback. Now, with that being said, I hope that you all took the time to complete the activity, the I Believe in Me activity that I suggested on yesterday, whether you downloaded the writing prompt or just wrote the list on your own. The reason why I'm pushing so hard for that activity is because it is so important, especially to have for those days when you really need some reassurance. And guys, I promise you are going to experience those days when you feel less than or you're struggling a little bit in what you're wanting to do. And having that list, the list that you wrote about what you believe in about yourself and your capabilities, is always going to be useful to help snap you right back into shape. So if you have not downloaded the writing prompt or done the activity, I really suggest that you do so. And it's also very useful because, hint, hint, it also tackles some of the limiting beliefs that you may have. So download it if you haven't. Okay, so let's jump right on into day 2 of developing a success mindset for the new year. And as I said yesterday, these tips, guys, are not rocket science. They are simple yet very effective tips to utilize for developing a success mindset. So today's tip is operate in the realm of positivity. Now wait. Before you turn off the video, I know you're saying, what? That is too easy. But guys, guess what? Walking in a positive space every single day, every hour of the day may seem easy, but it is really, really hard to do. It takes work. But you have to be the one to choose, and that is the key word. Choose to be positive and shift from that negative thinking. Now, you may be asking, well, what does being positive on a daily basis look like? Well, I have 3 keys that I want to share with you. The first key is always start your day off in a positive way. Now, again, I said that this is not as easy as it seems because a lot of us sometimes, as they say, wake up on the wrong side of the bed, right? We have a chip on our shoulder. We don't even know why. Now, we can choose, there's that word again, we can choose to go our entire day in that negative atmosphere that we woke up in, or we can choose to shift our thinking to a more positive space. And the way that I like to do that is through meditation and prayer, because I, just like everybody else, I wake up sometimes with that chip on my shoulder and I recognize, I become aware that I may be talking to my spouse crazy, or I may be yelling at my son for no apparent reason. Now I can continue to have that negative energy and affect everyone around me throughout the day with that negative energy, or I can choose at that moment to start my day more positive. And I do that through meditation and prayer for a renewed mindset for that day. So you always want to first start your day off in a positive way. Second key is to take time to laugh. Yes, laugh. Laughing is going to be a key to being positive every single day. Take time to laugh at the small things. Even take time to find humor in some of the bad things. I know you guys have probably heard laughter is the best medicine. And there's even evidence that people who laugh have a healthier life. It tends to help improve your health. So if anything, that is a positive note for me. So if you're not laughing every day, or if you're not finding humor in some of the small things, please do so, because that is the key to having a positive day. Okay, so I may be making it sound very, very easy, right? But being positive, again, takes a lot of work, and I want you guys to understand that, especially in the time that we're in and all of the things that we're experiencing, like social injustices, health concerns, our finances, this pandemic. Actually being positive through all of that really takes work. You literally have to train your mind to always think in a positive way. That means at any given moment when you're feeling angry, when you're feeling hopeless, just irritated, you have to actually train your mind to not think negatively, but to think positively. And that is very, very hard to do. Your brain is a muscle, but the more you work that muscle and get it to think the way that you think, you can actually shift that negative energy into some positive energy. But it's going to take work. Will you get it right every time? No, I don't get it right every time. But the more that you practice and the more that you are aware of when you're in that negative space and trying to shift it to that positive space, the easier it will become for you to now go from something that is so harsh to something that is so positive, okay? So you're going to have to practice at making that shift from negative to positive. You'll become so good at it that even when you, and here's the key, number 3, even when you fail big, you are going to not look at that in such a negative light, but actually take the lesson from what that failure is teaching you. So that's the key to number 3. When you encounter a failure, look at the positive side of that. What can you learn from that failure that will help you grow into success? Okay, so hopefully as we recap, you understand that tip number 2 is all about operating in the positivity realm. That means that you need to focus on, and there are so many other keys, but I wanted to give you these 3 because they are very important to me, and I think that they truly help build that success mindset. You want to start each day on a positive note. You want to take the time to laugh because that's what positive people do. And you always want to look at your failures as an opportunity for growth and lessons and not something that can defeat you. That is what we're doing. So the activity that I want you guys to do for today focuses all around that, because in order to really start training yourself to shift from negative to positive, you have to really be aware of when you're in that negative atmosphere. You have to know and recognize, okay, something is not right now. I really need to shift into that positive realm. So what I want you to do for this activity is to think about those situations where you know that something really angers you or upsets you and you go into that negative space. Write those situations down. Now, after you have written those situations down, I want you to now think of how can you turn that negative into something positive, and write what you need to think of, what you need to do in that moment to shift from negative to positive. I'll tell you some of the things that I have written down when I've done this activity. I know that when I'm driving, and this is personal, not business related, but when I'm driving, I know that I am quick to anger if there's traffic and get impatient. I just hate it. Or when somebody cuts me off. When I'm at home, I get very irritated and upset and can really go into a negative space when the things that I've worked to place in order are now out of order. So what I've done is I've written down those situations that anger me, and now I'm counteracting that with something positive. Only you know what is going to be a positive result based on the situations that you're writing. But I'm telling you, when you are able to recognize in the moment that I am operating in a negative space, and now train your brain to do the thing that you wrote down that will shift you into positive, you will be operating in the positivity realm every single day as much as possible. Again, it's not going to be easy. It's going to take a lot of work and practice. But once you become aware and recognize when you are doing that, you now have the opportunity to correct that. So tip 2 for the day is operate in the positivity realm and enjoy building your success mindset. Guys, tomorrow is the 3rd day for the Develop Your Success Mindset for the new year. I have a really, really good tip for you tomorrow. You don't want to miss it. Again, it's simple but very effective. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.